there you, and welcome to an Imperial Guard landing party that's landed on the planet Feudal. Now, Feudal is very, very peculiar because it's a feudal planet, ladies and gentlemen. That means that they've forgone all technology in favor of the old ways. And now the rebels here on the planet have risen up against the Imperial Guard delegation that has been sent to make peace with them. Will the Imperials be able to hold the ground against the oncoming waves? Let's find out, because we've got some decent units here. Now, on the front lines, of course, we've got the basic good old conscripts. We've got a bit of a box formation going on here, and then we've got these two overlapping fields of fire in the V's and flanking out onto the far sides as well. Now, the main firepower we've got over here, Death Corps of Krieg and Cadian, still stands firm, ladies and gentlemen. We've also got about 20 Leman Russies as well, just backing everyone up. And as you can see already, the heavy knights. Now these guys, the most heavily armoured amongst all of the feudal world knights here, but they forgo their speed for that heavy armour. And then of course we've got the ones who virtually got no armour whatsoever, just basically a loincloth and a shield, though that means that they are a little bit faster than the heavier knights, able to get closer should they be able to survive. And they've also got lots of pretty colours all over the backs as well. Look at that. So these are the Spartans. We've got medieval knights here in the centre. And of course the last one's a bit of a mix between the two. Somewhat armoured, somewhat speedy. It's the Romans, of course. And they're going to be trying to take over the flanks on their side. So far, Imperial forces only lost 4, but you can see that number's starting to climb now as the knights break into that centre line. And oh my god, look at that. That's a sight to behold. Medieval knights charging into Imperial conscript auto guns as it just spreads off into the distance. Now, I don't know about you, but feudal worlds have always been really interesting to me in the Games Workshop lore. It's something that they've never really done anything with. They just kind of said, yep, they exist, but you never really hear about them, which I've always found a little bit peculiar. Because I've never heard of Imperial Guard regiments made up of medieval knights and things like that. Now, granted, even though these feudal worlds have forgone technology almost completely, they do still have things like power swords and stuff like that, power claws and things, so it is a little bit weird. They haven't completely forgone technology. But yeah, Games Workshop, you've never really seen them in the actual lore. Like in any of the Black Library books, I've never heard of any of the feudal worlds. It doesn't seem like they've actually got any armies or any proper regiments. They just sort of exist. But yeah, you should read up about them. They're very, very interesting, the feudal worlds. But the government just basically said nope to technology. They think it's a way that chaos can get in. So everyone's going to live a medieval peasantry life. And yeah, they still have crossbows and swords and shields and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they also have power weapons. Speaking of, at the moment, you can tell that their armour isn't helping the Romans too much on this side. They're struggling with the conscripts. However, the heavy medieval knights are chewing their way through this box formation bit by bit. They are taking heavy losses trying to do so, though. We have got this little V that is taking the brunt of the Spartan charge. However, medieval knights are also on this side as well. So yeah, they're just absolutely flanking the heck out of the Imperials on this side. Conscripts not able to stand up against them. Look at that, just chewing right through them. Now, the Death Corps over here and the Cadians laying down the smackdown in terms of covering fire here. It's the only thing that's really keeping these knights at bay. The front lines are starting to crumble bit by bit, and you can just look at that. I love this little colour difference here, where you can see the heavy knights just charging the centre. But the Romans... oh, look at this. They've actually managed to push the flank over here with the help of the Spartans. The Spartans getting up close. The Romans with the heavier armor coming in just behind them here. And they're now chewing their way through the flank of the Imperial delegation here. But all the heavy firepower is still intact. Oh no! The Knights, what are you doing? They're Death Corps. You do not want to be going against them. Oh, this is not going to end well for the heavy Knights. A couple of Death Corps are going to die. Very, very happy deaths here. But the Knights, oh my. Yeah, that Death Corps you're taking on, you don't want to be doing that. You're going to get bonked on the head by a shovel any second, and I don't care if you're wearing a helmet, that is going to hurt. Blunt damage from a shovel is still going to hurt a hell of a lot. But our front line is actually still holding with the conscripts at the moment. I'm actually kind of amazed at that. It's the last of the box formation. And then they're going to be going into the little killing field that's just behind it, where there's a lot of crossover firepower here. Like in this one area, there's a lot of crossover firepower. It's all down this one little area. Oh, you can just see all the heavy knights melting in the distance. Absolutely fantastic. Now, the Romans and the Spartans on this side have made really good progress. They're almost through the entire flank of the Imperials this side. Now, it has happened on this side, but as you can see, Death Corps and Cadians holding their own with the help of them Lehman Russies. The Feudal planet is taking stupendous losses so far. 191,000 kills here to the Imperials, 10,000 so far to the Feudal team. But they are making their way forward. They are pushing forward with vigor. Though it looks like this flank is starting to peter out just a little bit. They're not going to have enough troops here. Yeah, look at that. The Death Corps there, putting in the firepower, putting in that work. And it's just evaporating this flank bit by bit. Now, that means that all this firepower is going to start focusing over here. And the poor old Spartans are going to have a real struggle of it. Yeah, man. These V formations have done excellent at holding back the enemy. Considering they're just poor, low-level conscripts, they've done an excellent job of holding them back. But our flanks are insecure at the moment. Heavy knights are pouring into it. But we are also chewing it through these guys. Little by little, the Death Corps standing here, hitting them in the face with the shovels at any given opportunity. And it's got to be terrifying for these guys, because the Feudal team have never seen such technology. Most of these, I've got to imagine as well that they live a very medieval sort of healthcare system. So I've got to imagine most people don't live past the age of 40. So most of these are going to be young people who've never seen any sort of technology in their life. So this is going to be truly terrifying for them to go up against. So I think I should have probably given them a few archers. It's just range. When you have a static defense like this, putting down range units on the attacking team makes it really unfair for the defenders, because the range just normally gets to hide behind all the melee, and while all of the defenders are busy killing the melee, they're just getting railed on by the ranged. So yeah, it does make it a little bit difficult to give the attackers ranged in static defenses like this. And if we were to put them on guard mode, unfortunately they'd just sort of run off into the desert, and then we wouldn't be defending this cool little plateau here. So, you know, you have to take what it is. This game allows what it allows, and it doesn't what it doesn't. So, at the moment, though, the Imperial's still holding out here. These conscripts, man, they refuse to die. Some of the hardiest conscripts about at the moment. Our flank is somewhat secure. Again, the conscript's still holding off here. Look at that body pile. Oh, my God. You can tell where they were trying to push the flank, and now they're just getting absolutely railed because there's only Cadians and Death Corps over there now. The last few of the conscripts here absorbing the middle wave. How are we doing on this flank? Look at this. They're starting to chew through the knights. We are getting there bit by bit. Will the Imperial delegation be able to hold? There's still a lot of troops just behind it, though. There's still a heck of a lot out there, man. The Feudals really need to start pushing them troops around and back into this flank again. I think that's what they are doing little by little. They need to distract that firepower. They can't have it all focused on the recruits. So look at these, man. These guys standing here. The knights just throwing themselves at them. But the combined firepower here, just behind them, is way too much. They are chewing through the Cadians bit by bit as well. It has got to be noted here that the Feudal team have done extremely well, considering that they've had no range on their side. This has just been a full-on armoured melee frenzy. We have got a lovely little blood lake here as well. Is it Little Timmy? No, it's not Little Timmy. Unfortunately, it's not quite there. What about this one? Come on, Little Timmy, get out your rubber dinghy. Fun for the entire family. That is a magnificent blood lake. Look at that. Oh, wow, that's just trickled down from all the sides. Have we got any others? I'm not trying to be greedy here, Mr. Blood God, but I'd love another one. Oh, look at all these bodies over here as well, where they tried to push the flank, and then it all turns grey because it was all heavy knights. And it does look like that the attacking flanking army here has been defeated. We've just got this massive blob in the centre now to deal with. Are we going to develop this into a full-on lake? I'd hope so. That'd be nice if we can get this up to Little Timmy standards. We're so close. It just needs to go to the top of the screen, and then we're there. Oh, come on, that's it. That's it, Romans. Sacrifice yourself. Sacrifice yourself for Lord Timmy. The blood needs to be spilled in his favor. Oh my. This has been an excellent defense so far by the Imperials. Coming down to the last 6,000 attackers here. And they're all in the center. Oh my. Look at all them bodies. So many all over the place here. Go on. This is the last lot. 3,000 now. And there's only 3,000 defenders left. They got ever so close. They managed to kill almost 15,000 of them. Just shy of 15,000. But of course, the Death Corps and the Cadians, they weren't going to falter. Was anyone ever questioning it? I wasn't. And we've even got some conscripts remaining. Honestly, these guys need to be promoted. The fact that they managed to survive that, I know they are the closest, like, to the support line, but yeah, these guys need to be promoted. I don't know how you managed to survive that, but yeah, you did. The other flank got absolutely leveled. There's still 4 enemies remaining, 1. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my, that was absolutely fantastic. But all good things must come to an end, and as always, I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. A massive shout out to all our channel members who help to keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button below. And while you're at it, go ahead and check out the merch store. We got some really cool t-shirts over there. With all that being said, as always, until next time, peace.